Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week. Minister of the Environment Rod Phillips reports on changes to important programs affecting Ontario business. Are you up for a 30,000 square foot rock climb? StatsCan reports on jobs, and the region of Peel and Peel Police estimate the cost of legalizing cannabis here at home. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. Let's dive in. First up, our series on the corporate execution gap. Here's Fred Pitsadney from Focus Management with our Guru Gab tip of the week on how strategic alignment can beat your competition and how it affects your execution strategy.
Thanks, David. Hi, my name is Fred. Let's focus. How much time and energy do you spend thinking about how to add new features to your products and services? How much of your budget is spent on sales and marketing activities? How big is your product development portfolio? My experienced guess is that your answers to these questions is a lot, or significant, or a bundle, or in some cases, way too much. Now here's another question for you. How much time and effort do you spend on your strategy execution system? Now if your answer is not much, or not enough, or worse yet, what's that? Then you are missing a big opportunity to increase your competitive advantage and in a hard-to-copy way. According to a study published in the Harvard Business Review, the number one blockage to strategy execution is that people are not clear on the actions to take and the decisions to make that support the strategic plan. And it's number one by a big margin. So doesn't it make sense that you should start by removing that obstacle? If you don't, all the resources that you have committed to your strategies will be sub-optimized. You will not get the full bang for your buck. Here are 3 takeaways. Number 1, start today at formally and systematically aligning your people's accountabilities, actions to be taken, and decisions to be made. Number 2, start with the leadership team. If the leadership team is not aligned, the wobble that it causes gets much worse in the rest of the organization. Number 3, do the alignment as teams. Everyone at all levels need to understand who is supposed to be doing what. Make it happen. Out-execute the competition. Thanks, David.
Thanks, Fred. Provincial Minister of the Environment Rod Phillips addressed MBOT members last week. MBOT's 2019 Chair of the Board, Jim Molyneux, welcomed the minister and guests, then turned the podium over to Ellen McGregor, CEO of Fielding Environmental, to formally introduce the minister. The minister commented on the condition of the government coffers upon taking over last June 2018 and also on the programs that have been canceled and modified since taking on the portfolio.
So when we came into this role, all of us as MPPs, of course we took over from the previous Liberal government, and I think it's important to set that level in terms of what we found. What we found was a province that was the most indebted subnational jurisdiction, the most indebted province or state in the world, almost $250 billion of debt. Now Doug likes to, has a little quiz, Doug Ford, he says to people, name the 4 biggest departments in the Ontario government. And of course everybody thinks of healthcare and everybody thinks of education and everybody thinks of social services. Well, number 4 is interest on the debt. In fact, there's 17 ministries that get less funding than our creditors do. One of the first things we did around affordability, and I was very proud to lead this initiative, was eliminate the Liberal government's unaffordable and ineffective cap and trade program. And that put $264 back in the pockets of average Ontarians. I also had the opportunity to cancel a drive clean program. Now, Drive Clean was a program that was begun by a Conservative government in the late 90s. It was a response to a real issue at the time around pollution.
Minister Phillips also confirmed the ongoing discussions with the federal government on how to address climate change and the role and control of the provinces over the programs. Mississauga is now home to a massive rock climbing facility, 30,000 square feet of climbing heaven. We stopped by to get a close-up look to talk to Stephen Brown, one of the founders of Hub Climbing.
People come in and it's really interesting to us. They are in awe when they see the 48-foot tall dragon and they see this pit that we dug, 160 truckloads of dirt to clear out the pit. But they also get a little bit intimidated when they see it, and that's the flip side of we kind of were a victim of our own success in creating an awesome place worth driving to. So then the other side of it is building all the other parts like low climbing walls and more warm touches and other things that people can say, oh, that's not so intimidating. I could just jump on that wall right now.
The facility is open for individual fitness and fun, as well as team building and group events. The Mississauga Board of Trade is now accepting nominations for our Awards of Excellence in 11 different categories. Nominate a client or your own company. Visit www.mbotawards.com and make your nomination today. Coming up is our political report with Brad Butt and MBOT's upcoming events listing with Stephanie Giorgio. But first, are you looking for ways to save money on your employee benefits? The Chamber Plan can help.
The Chamber's plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's plan. It's for your benefit.
The 2019 edition of MBOT's annual magazine and directory is in the works. This directory is an excellent way for you to gain recognition for your business. For more information, call 905-273-6151, press 0, and speak to your Membership Services Manager today. Now for our political update, here's our Vice President of Government and Stakeholder Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. Statistics Canada reported on Friday that employment in Ontario increased by 36,900 jobs in February. The gains included 59,200 full-time positions and a decrease of 22,300 part-time jobs. Since the beginning of 2019, 78,300 jobs have been created in Ontario. The Ontario government is making it easier to access labor relations services and information by reducing onerous paperwork and red tape while contributing to a stable labor relations climate. The government has launched a new web-based service that allows Ontarians to apply online for conciliation and arbitration help during their collective bargaining. This results in faster processing for applicants, more efficiency, and the streamlining of services. It will also reduce costly and outdated paper requests. While both the federal and provincial governments have announced dates for their 2019 budgets, the federal budget will be delivered on March 19th and the provincial one on April 11th. Provincial Finance Minister Victor Fedeli said, "Our government's first budget will outline our plan to return the province to balance in a responsible manner and protect what matters most, preserving critical public services, including our world-class healthcare and education system. It will also outline how we will create and protect jobs for Ontario workers and put the people at the centre of everything we do in government." The Ontario government is taking steps to reduce litter and waste in our communities and increase and improve household recycling, as committed in their environment plan. The province is now inviting public feedback on proposals to reduce plastic litter and waste in our neighborhoods and parks, divert and reduce food and organic waste from households and businesses, and increase opportunities for the people of Ontario to participate in waste reduction efforts. A discussion paper has been posted on the Environment Registry for a 45-day period. MBOT's Environment, Sustainability and Infrastructure Committee will be participating in the consultation at its next meeting. Last Wednesday, I participated in the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario Annual Tourism Day at Queen's Park. This event allows tourism industry leaders and stakeholders, valuable face time with MPPs, ministers, and other government officials and staff. With the total economic contribution of tourism being larger than agriculture, forestry, and mining combined, the meetings that TIO and its members had with the provincial government allowed us to express the vital importance of the tourism industry to Ontario's economy. Beyond just representing $3.4 billion in annual receipts and 4.3% of the provincial GDP, tourism contributes more than $5 billion annually in tax revenues for the provincial government. Every $1 million spent by visitors in Ontario generates 13 new jobs and $604,800 in wages and salaries. Tourism benefits the economy. As Mississauga implements its tourism master plan and begins to reinvest the municipal accommodation tax money generated from our hotels and motels, tourism is going to be a very important economic sector in our city. The Advisory Council on the Implementation of National Medicare has released an interim report calling on the federal government to create a national drug agency, develop a comprehensive evidence-based national formulary, and invest in drug data and information technology systems. The Council is leading a national dialogue on how to implement affordable national pharmacare for Canadians and their families, employers, and governments. But MBOT is watching this situation very closely and is concerned about the impact of a full-blown national pharmacare program on the insurance and life sciences sectors as well as small business. With close to 97% of Canadians covered under some sort of program for prescription drugs, the Chamber Network favors a GAPS approach to ensure all Canadians have coverage and access to the medicines that they need. Peel Health estimates the legalization of recreational cannabis will cost $500,000 a year for public education and inspection services provided by the Regional Health Unit. Police costs in Peel are roughly estimated to be between $6.3 and $9 million a year, based on methodology determining increased costs related to cannabis legalization from the Canadian Federation of Municipalities. The City of Mississauga Council voted to opt out of cannabis retail stores last December, while neighboring City of Brampton has opted in. Both cities are policed by Peel Regional Police. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. With a listing of our upcoming events, here's our events manager, Stephanie Giorgio. Stephanie.
Thanks, David. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On March 19th, we welcome commissioners, chief administrative officers of the City of Mississauga and the Region of Peel. Join us for a dinner conversation at Credit Valley Golf and Country Club. This evening will provide you with the opportunity to have a conversation with one of the senior leaders of the city or the region. On March 21st, we welcome the President and CEO of Paramount Fine Foods. Hear from Mohammed Faqih about the humble beginnings, the accomplishments, and future aspirations of his extraordinary Made in Mississauga entrepreneur. On April 3rd, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On April 4th, we are at Dave & Buster's for Good Evening Mississauga. Come out and connect with Mississauga businesses. This evening will provide you with light snacks, adult beverages, and lots of opportunities to start building important business relationships. On April 9th, we are at the Monte Carlo Inn for the 2019 Economic Outlook. Robert Hogue, RBC's senior economist, discusses the 2019 federal budget and as well as the Mississauga and Ontario Economic Outlook. On April 10th, Good Morning Mississauga is at Brave Inn Golf Course. We have a special feature this month, selling your business without the scars. Come listen to our expert panel providing tips and lessons on what to do and what to avoid as you consider, plan, endure, and complete a sale process. And save the date for our annual Golf Classic, 9, Dine, and Network. On June 24th, we tee off at Lionhead Golf for 9 holes of fun. Whether you're a golfer or not, this event has something for you. Can't make golf? No problem. Join us for dinner, big prizes, and our legendary silent auction. Grand prize of a big screen TV and a live auction for 2 airline tickets. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Stephanie. If you have any questions about how to make a nomination for our Awards of Excellence, register for an event, increase awareness for your business, or have your company featured on MBOT TV, contact your membership services manager by calling 905-273-6151 and press 0 to get connected. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.